Hey there, lads and lasses. Welcome to Friday. This, of course, is Thunderhand 64. Coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. Here on a Friday morning. Friday! I'm adjusting my sound levels here. It being Friday, that can only mean it's time for some Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. Again, I'm tweaking sound. That's probably a little better. There we go. I like that. Right about there. Okay, we have some very, very cool stuff to show you today. Have you started your build yet? Actually, I have, but not to your satisfaction, Lone Star. So I will like to welcome in right now at this point Real Foolish Sage and, of course, the one and only Lone Star. Fellow buffoons, you can see their auto shout-outs right there. Lone Star, the self-appointed procrastination police, and which I mentioned in the last stream, in the Generation stream. Greatly appreciated. Oh, okay, Sage. You really got me good there. Moonstar. Oh, that's a good one. I have words that I can't use here, Sage. Yeah. Oh, so well done. So well. Okay, composure. Oh, it's going to be difficult. Let's switch over to the display scene. There it is. All right. Let's log on to the server. We do have... Yeah, you just got to be clever, right? Say. Oh, even worse. Okay, just stop. Stop digging. Okay. Right. Let's at least log on to the server. We do have some things, some cool things to show. And the night falls upon the server. Surrender distance in right there. It might be. It might not be. Let's do the sleeping thing, shall we? So where are we on the... where are we on the build? Because it is Lone Star's self-appointed task to keep up with us and make sure that we actually build stuff. And again, you know, as much as we tease him about that, we do like it. We do appreciate it. Will those chunks render in right now? I think they will. What's our render distance set at right now? Yeah, we're at 64, so it should render in. I wanted to show you that, guys, I wanted to show you all this again. Because it's just so cool. Yeah, we've got some stuff to look at over there, too. The western shore of this island. It's so cool I'm having trouble speaking. That's going to be my excuse. The western shore of this island, this location, is just spectacular. The view is incredible. Here it comes. Here it comes into view. So I have the render distance set on 64 chunks right now. Bobby, our mod Bobby, is filling in the chunks right now. And that's Savannah shoreline over there with that super tall peak over there and stuff. It just looks so cool. This is probably one of the best locations I've probably ever built in. It just looks really cool. And it looks particularly cool with the island scenery, like right around here, like with the trade hall, when you're looking through the trade hall and out into that and you catch that in the background. It's just really cool. Annoying motivation, but good for... Mod as in modification, not as moderator. Our mod Bobby does sound like a person who is, yes. So Bobby is a modification that we've loaded up on the server. I say we, but it's Nova and Villager. But we use it here on the server. And so it allows you to render in distant chunks. And it simulates those chunks. So you're not really seeing the actual chunks out there 64 chunks away. You're seeing a simulation of them. So I guess basically the way it works is when you travel out to those locations, Bobby saves those chunks and then stores them. And so then when you come back here and you look out across there, it will render in, you know, those chunks out there. Again, they're not the actual chunks being rendered in. It's a simulation. It'll simulate those chunks out there based on what it could gather when I was over there last. So sometimes you'll get peculiar things will happen, like if I haven't been out there in a very long time and somebody has built something since, then you will see those chunks as they were in the past, the last time I was out there. But even, like, check out this whole western warm ocean biome here. It's just really spectacular looking. At nighttime, this is so beautiful. And you can catch the mesa that's south of Nova's base and my own base down there. It's just beautiful. And right over there is OPG's base with my jank drowned farm that really needs to be turned into a proper drowned farm. It's just incredibly beautiful. Food is arriving. Be right back. Certainly. And I think you guys can see this rendering in eastwardly. And that's probably the first external thing we're going to look at today. I know we're kind of looking across the shorelines there and everything, but that is what I want to show off first. I've got several things to show off today, but that's one of them. Let's bring old Huxley back here. Now, I usually just cut through the nether over to the southern mob farm, but this time I'm going to approach it by boat, just along the water. Because this place has changed a little bit since you've seen it last. It has changed a lot. Maybe we can... Okay. Yeah, Bobby doesn't work that well with shaders. It works okay, but not really that well. But we're close enough now where we don't need Bobby. And we can just load this in now. See if we can get it to render in. Here it comes. So very cool. So the southern mob farm has changed a little bit since our last stream. Check it out. So you may have noticed, like, all of this is new. And some of that is new. Let's see if I can... Welcome to the Insane Cane Farm, everyone. So Nova and I wanted to be ready, make sure that we were ready. So when the Lord does grant us access to the end, we're all ready. We're going to be taking a look at that in a moment too. But we'll be ready with our rockets and whatnot. And so Nova had the time, and I had the time, so we both teamed up and built this. And it's cool because Nova and I, we really don't get a chance to build together that often. And this was a lot of fun. We smashed this thing right out. So the basic design of this, and I forgot where I got this from. I think I saw Tango build something like this back in Season 7 of Hermitcraft, and I modified it for Generations, and then I brought it on here. The Generations version of this is enormous as well. But then we decided this was, since we're building in a very vertical fashion, this kind of cane farm is particularly suited to this kind of build. So, in fact, it's a little easier to see the details now. So you can see it really only runs, each row runs off of one observer. It sees the update when this grows. And then instead of having the pistons all the way across, it really just has one piston and an arm of slime blocks. And so it cuts down on observers, it cuts down on pistons and stuff. It's a really clever design. And then the water stream comes on over, transports the cane all the way up here and then up to the crafting area. And so not only does the water on each layer serve to transport the items, it also hydrates the soil for the cane. So it's a really clever design. Let us do this. This thing just kicks butt for days. And we haven't really even AFK'd it that much. And already it's produced very, very impressive amounts of goods. So we left some room at the top here. We figured that that was high enough to go for now. But just in case we feel we need to expand it or build something else down here, we left some room here at the top. And here is the auto rocket crafting level. So you can see where we have a whole bunch of rockets. And like I said, we haven't even really AFK'd this yet. It's still, we already have a double chest of them. We've also just saved off some cane off to the side here. And it's so much fun watching this thing work. You might be able to see... I just got, here comes some cane right over here. The gunpowder from the mob farm drops down from here, and then this auto crafting array crafts the cane into paper, and then the paper and the gunpowder into the rockets. And then we might be able to see some rockets being transported out here through to the chest. In just a moment. Maybe. Let's watch for some cane to come on in here. There we go. We might be able to get a rocket, but of course, I don't think that we actually have any gunpowder coming down at the moment because I've disabled the farm above. So. But yeah, this thing will craft the rockets, and then it'll spit the rockets out through here, and then up through here, and then distribute them across the chests, right, like that. It's a lot of fun. I think I have the mob farm disabled up above, so we're not getting the gunpowder, because we need to do some work on that mob farm today, and that's why it's disabled right now. By the way, check out that scene, will ya? It's just amazing. I love this mod so much. It's so cool. Now, we're not going to leave it set at 64 chunks because it is rather taxing. But this is so very cool. And this location that Nova and I picked this season is so beautiful. I never get tired of looking at this thing. It's so cool. So one of the things we're going to do, here's the gunpowder layer, by the way. Level, I should say. Okay, we've got a little bit coming through now. Now I'm getting closer to the AFK spot, which is right there. And so we'll be crafting up some rockets down below now because the gunpowder will start dropping. Okay. So Nova has built an XP farm with the silverfish, one of those micro farms, and it just kicks butt. In fact, I might build a similar one over at my base over here. And since we no longer need this thing to produce XP for us, we can switch this to an entirely passive system, and I've already started doing that. So I've stripped this down to just the obsidian core for this, but I will decorate this again and make this look decent. And then up here, since it's going to be passive only, we need this to be a 30 block drop. And right now it's currently at 27. It was about 3 blocks higher because I had the option for the passive, for the active farm, and I removed that. So it brings it to 27, but we do need it to be 30 to kill the witches. And so that's the mod that we're going to be making to this today. And then this thing can run entirely passive. And the main idea is the gunpowder and the bone meal. That's what we're looking for. The silverfish farm is wild. Yes, it is. Lux was streaming the two of them putting that together and trying that out, and it's a hilarious stream. It's so funny. So you guys should definitely go check that out in Lux's VODs when you get the chance. But that little XP farm is so good that I'm tempted to make one of those for myself. So. Now this is really cool because this works out such that all I have to do to modify this to get the 30 block drop is to remove this bottom platform and do the water streams to the next platform above it. And that'll make an exact 30 block drop. And so it's really not that much of a modification to have to do. And then I will rebuild this platform on top of those. And I think I'm going to have a total of 5 platforms. I'll add some platforms to it. But beyond 5 platforms, I think you get a diminishing returns kind of situation because I think you can only spawn about 70 mobs at a time. That's the general mob cap. And I think if you start getting much past 4 or 5 platforms, those extra platforms just don't really spawn mobs that much. So, because the platforms below it pretty much take care of the 70 mobs, and then any external platforms, any extra or superfluous platforms, I just think just aren't really worth it. So I'm thinking about maybe 5 platforms should be enough. Did you also spider-proof it? Not yet, but I will. I'm going to remove the option for spiders. Spiders just clog the system, and the more other mods are spawning, the less skeletons and creepers will be spawning. So, yeah, we really don't need the spiders because Sage made a decent enough. No, he made an excellent spider farm at spawn, and that provides all the spider drops. We really don't need them here. And so, yeah, so I'll remove this. There's only one platform that spawns spiders and the other ones don't, and that's this bottom one. So we'll be removing that anyway. So that's 2 birds or spiders with 1 stone, I guess, or something like that. So this is what I'm going to be working on today. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Although I was very proud of my active passive redstone kind of system I worked together here with the mud blocks and the hoppers and stuff. I really enjoyed that, but we just don't need it anymore, so we can simplify it. So this thing still produces quite a few mobs. In fact, it's probably crafting rockets now down below. So, but yeah, I figure we'll see how far we can get on this today. But before I get too far into this, I'd like to go around in the other parts of the server and take a look at some stuff that's going on. Yeah, look at this stuff in the daytime. The stuff in the daytime with the render distance on. There's the Goat farm, the trade hall, the iron farm. There's the bee farm. And then Nova's place is just incredible. It's just amazing. And the interior of this is spectacular. Oh my god. Okay, I went and gathered all the resources that we should need for today. So we should be all set to, we should have enough to build platforms. I'm going to try to reuse as many of the oak trapdoors that I have installed there as possible. We'll see how that works out. Nova's big triangle looks good from here. Everything looks good from here. I mean, that in particular, but the mesa and all the surrounding, it just looks great. Let's reduce the chunk distance now. Lately, I've been just holding it at 32, but I'm going to bring it down to 16 right now. There we go. And now you can see, bye-bye. Everything goes away. Okay, cool. Oh, and let's see here. What do I want to do here? Lone Star is also the notification police. So there we go. Status, the status police. Yes. So we've set our status to streaming. Just in case anybody comes on the server, we're good. I'm very tempted to go over and show off the interior of Nova's pyramid, but I'll let him do that. Just in case he wants to show it off on his stream. Usually the buffoons, you know, are very... don't particularly object to us going over and looking at their bases on our streams. But just in case he wants a surprise for something. Let's go over here, shall we? Hey, what happened to my... Really? Alright, yeah, this is something on which we need to work. There. Alright. Over here. This place first. Okay. There we go. Hey, get back here. See if I can find my way around this place. Gonna look at a big hole? Yes, I am. I think it's this way. Yeah. I've been here enough now where I can find my way around. I guess it doesn't really matter which water stream I choose. Although, I think this one has the bubble column. Yeah, it does. So it does matter. Oops. There we go. Ow. Let's do this. Now, I don't know if it's going to affect things because I haven't been recently in and around the area in the outer regions of this area. So let's temporarily bump this back up. There we go. Oh, actually I was here. Recent enough where this might work. Good God. So the real foolish one has been busy. Oops. I should be watching my step here, particularly around this place. Good Lord. So, if any of you are somehow unaware of what's happening here, Sage's base is an ancient city, and he wants to strip off the layers and open it up to the sky. And so, hence the TNT flying machine and just taking this off layer by layer. Right now, I think he's dealing with water, trying to remove water down here before he makes the next pass with the flying machine. I think that's what's happening. Wow. Yeah, there was a lot of water here before, and he's been doing quite a bit of work here. Correct. Yes. Correct, sir. Whoa. Look at the zomboid. And he's not going to despawn either because he's picked up that sand block. That's funny. Yeah, you can see Sage has his work cut out for him here because removing the water, you've got all these little caves and nooks and crannies and stuff, and yeah, this is hard to do. I think you're using that for transportation, so very, very cool. And then once enough water has been removed, then you can proceed with the next pass of the TNT flying machine. And then you can strip off these layers. So, oh well, if nothing else, the TNT will get them. Let us do a little bit of sleeping. Buffoons have some amazing builds. And they're just going to get... Where is he? He just logged in. Where is he? Sage? Are you way down here? I'm looking for his name tag. Yeah, I don't see him. Let's see if I can pearl on out of here. There he is!
Hi.
I feel like a huge chasm has grown between us.
Yeah, let me try. I'm not used to purling, so it's dangerous. There we go. So all of this is basically solid sand.
Well, it's better than the non-solid sand. I don't like that stuff.
I mean, it could be hollow sand, right? And it's not. Actually, there's a lot of gravel at this point because I remembered that the gold farm has gravel that nobody uses.
That's right.
And
that's right.
And sand is harder to get, so I'm actually starting to shift to gravel for this.
Yep. Don't blame you. Plus, you're bound to hit some pretty significant gravel pockets here, right? As well. But I don't know that TNT will probably obliterate those, though, right?
Yeah, like for now, honestly, I'm considering just starting the TNT machine up soon because we're kind of running out of like space to fill in, and then there's more and more pockets that just are hard to find.
Right.
So if I run the TNT machine once, then I can find the pockets easier.
Yeah, it'll just expose more
come
stuff.
back.
Yeah.
Because like right now, like this is easy to find ish. But oh, that's the wrong place. Up. Yeah, please, thank you. Good.
There we go.
Because like in the back wall over there, there's another cave in the bottom. If you look through that hole,
Oh yeah. Yep.
so there's more water there, and there's like another underwater cave below here somewhere that I've been starting to plonk sand into. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna let it rip again, and go from there.
Yeah. Just crack open the top of this thing, right?
Yeah, just honestly let it run once, and then it'll be incomplete, and I just like run it again.
Yeah.
I feel that's easier than go hunting for the water.
Right. How long does it take to do one pass to reach one whole side from the other here? About.
Oh, that quite a while. Like, I mostly just AFK'd that, so I'm not sure, but definitely in the hours range.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But it's sort of like you get in the seat, and it just goes. So,
Yep. This is gonna be so cool.
I just have to rebuild that lower, and that of course.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know if it's even worth doing it, but you might just want to build another one lower and just swap them out, right?
Yeah, it has to be another one lower.
Yeah. I mean, like
Like,
two flying machines, right? So just build the next flying machine just under this one, and then just keep swapping them.
well, like that one will not be useful at all anymore.
Yeah.
The top one will not have any effect because it'll explode before it hits these.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't mean run it. I mean just, instead of dismantling it, moving it down, and then assembling it again, just assemble the one right below it and then go up. But it's probably not worth it. It's pretty fast to build and to rip them apart. So
Yeah, and like, if nothing else, I get my materials back if I rip it apart.
yeah, I suppose.
And I don't want to leave it there once I'm done anyways.
Look at these dudes. Pop. Pop.
Yeah. There you go.
Enjoy your domain while it lasts, you green-skinned grumblies.
Honestly, part of the reason it's good to peel off a layer is also because of all the mobs that are spawning down there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because once you get to proper caves, there's just skeletons and everything spawning. Like zombies, I don't mind; they're fairly harmless. But the skeletons really get in the way real fast.
Yeah, and the worst thing about the skeletons is, when you're
like,
jumping around on the blocks up here, they knock you off the blocks, right?
yeah, that's the biggest danger.
Right, right.
So yeah, that's. But like, I feel I've made a good progress already.
Oh,
And,
yes, very much so. That's one of the reasons why I came over here.
But like, yeah, even just looking down here, there's more water. It's just,
Seeing as
Like, you
how
look
you've
straight
been
down.
lax to stream it yourself,
that's true.
I figured.
Maybe Moonstar will help. I truly didn't expect you to laugh that much at it. I was quite happy.
It's just. All right.
Missed. Dang it.
In fact, that's one of the bases I want to go and check out. I want to go check out his
Okay.
base because I didn't make it over to his base
There
in the
he
last
is.
stream. So
Yeah. Yeah. Also on my creative world, I've made another interesting puzzle thing. So, I'm starting to reach like a nice critical mass.
that was so much fun. So, viewers, if you didn't know, I was invited to have a peek in on Sage's creative test world, and that was a lot of fun. That was like two little kids on a sandbox, man. That was so cool. just messing around with stuff. Here, try this. No, put this over here. Do this, do that. You know, and we're just brainstorming stuff out. I just love that stuff so much.
Yeah, like it's honestly just like thinking of puzzles is teaching me a lot more about building in general than regular building.
Yeah, you know, and I keep saying, you know,
puzzles
that was
really need like mechanics.
Yeah, and you know, I've said it before, but that was the main goal for the Baby Zombie Rush stream, is just to learn the redstone and stuff. You know, that's the main push of that whole stream.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it definitely did its thing.
Like, so far I'm fairly light on the redstone, but even just little bits are helping.
Yeah, and it's fun to have the viewers in. That's why I have the backseat gaming enabled, because
during the stream initiative.
Yeah, because I, you know, it's cool having people chime in with their ideas, even if I don't use them. I always listen to them, right? Yeah. So you just learn so much collectively like that.
So yeah. Now I have to do the part that I don't like, which is watch the video again in slow motion to build that thing again.
Well, that's one of the other things you could do, you know, like I said, you know, just copying it below first before you disassemble the top one. You have that one to go for, right? Go from.
Yeah, I mean, watching the video is honestly still the best way, despite it being...
Don't forget the wall unit.
not ideal. Yeah. No, that's the one thing that always, like, in my mind is like, okay, and the wall.
I bet you'll never forget that again, though. Well, to be clear, though, viewers, it's not that Sage forgot it. It's the video forgot to put it in. So
yeah, the instructions forgot to put it in, and then just had it there when the machine ran.
Yeah. The Mighty Shot Mountain has just joined the stream. Welcome on in, Shot, friend, moderator of the stream, and fellow buffoon.
Hey, Shot.
He likes it because I find mistakes and point them out so he can fix them. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Baby Zombie Rush stream, yeah. It's always good to have a second pair of eyes on it. How come it won't work?
I'm not sure what to do with this wall. Like this wall here, I'm not sure what to do with. I might take it out. I might leave it. Still not sure.
Yeah, this might be one of the other things. Yeah, when you get your other feature in here started or progressed enough where you could take a look at what it's going to look like, then, you know, the decision of what to do with this will probably be easier to make. I keep forgetting we have the jump boost here. There we go.
Yeah, you got the double jump.
Like jump in.
Other places don't have it.
It doesn't work in water, though.
No, it's really annoying. Like, getting out of the water is the same hassle as it usually.
Okay.
So, like, one possibility is definitely just, like, rounding it over. But because those large caverns are actually digging into this wall, I'm half tempted to get rid of at least part of the surface until those caverns or something, so it's more of a, like, cascade.
Yeah, like like a large fall system like the Niagara Falls, or...
Yeah.
What's the one in Rhodesia? It's not Angel Falls, is that? I don't know. In Africa.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, have an entire...
So, like, the beacons are the edge of this stretch of the city. So there will be a waterway here. So, like, carving it back to here makes sense to expose this end. And once that's exposed, I might as well just go a little bit extra, I'm not sure. So...
Yeah, this is
run the machine a bunch of blocks further and just take this out as well. Honestly, that might actually be a good call. Just put the stop block a few blocks over and run it a bit more.
This is a beautiful location too. I mean, you've got your snowy peaks over there. You've got a cherry blossom biome with a grove over there. Then you've got this beautiful harbor here. It's nice.
and I'll definitely like with this open, it suddenly becomes a whole thing, right? This flowing into the city, that'll be lovely.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's gonna be so cool.
Definitely looking forward. But yeah, the feature is uncertain. Like I think I need it's 70 blocks wide.
Where did you go? Your voice just trailed off while I was looking at something else, and it's like, oh, there you are, way over there. Okay, got it.
Oh, sorry, I walked a bit too far away. I forgot we weren't in a group, so I just kept talking.
Yes.
It needs to be I think it's 70 blocks wide.
Really?
Well, at the scale I was looking at, and like I could scale it down, but then you lose part of the effect. So, still have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And of course, the love hut will have to go once that's done, but I'm keeping it in for now to populate the city.
Yeah, I just turned on chunk borders so the viewers could get an idea of the scale a little bit.
Ah, yeah. So just for context for the folks, like the beacons delimit the edges of the city roughly, except for the middle one, of course.
Yeah.
But that is roughly the hole that we're trying to carve out here. And the city, as we can see, actually goes further back than the hole ends. But it's a bit of a thin stretch at the end. So it doesn't have to... No, like what I mean is it's not a perfect rectangle.
Yeah.
So we can just have that furrow around a bit, and then if that means that we have to carve this part out manually just to connect, I think that's the least of the issues.
How much of the city would you say is beyond your plotted out rectangle?
It's definitely like a small part. I mean, we can hop down and have a quick look.
Yeah, let me take yeah, we get that. I could do that. Did you,
you need
just
to
take the
hop
water
down.
stream?
I just hopped across.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Yep. And yeet.
Oh yeah, okay. We're good.
And I think where can we? Oh yeah, here is the stairs, which I flooded because I didn't want to die. So the edge of that carved out hole, right, the one I cut,
Yeah.
is this bubble stream.
Right.
So from there is basically where the bombed out area starts. And there's not much behind. It's just sort of like, it's that. Even if we go from here, which is the next set of beacons, there's not much miss.
Facing east. And then...
Yeah, so like this bit here with the sort of like the test area, I guess is covered once the bombing is done. But those beacons are definitely part of the bombing.
Okay.
So there's really not much of the city behind that. And I feel that's fairly easy to bomb.
Let me see. I think your harbor is south of you, right?
Like the water is
Yeah.
east and south. Yeah.
East and south, yeah.
So the southeast corner is the
Right.
the initial waterfall.
This is such a buffoon level build. I have to say, Sage.
Hey, I needed to hit the ground running, as it were, and then do so extremely slowly. It's a very slow running.
Alrighty. Excuse me. I'll tell you what.
I expanded the snail house a little bit. to
Oh,
fit
yeah, I
the
hadn't seen
three.
this.
The three were here blocking my path, so I moved them into the house. But then to fit them in properly, I expanded the snail house a little bit. So they've got some space. It's the snail embassy.
The one at my base, I'm going to put him in my garden, I think, when I'm ready to build
Yeah.
the body over there.
Like, I used to have it like the door was too wide, and then the snails didn't quite fit in unless you sort of build them against each other. And then their eye stalks meld, which is a bit weird. Then I thought of building them sort of like at the end of the building. But that means their eyes are sideways because of the ways candles are set.
Yeah, right?
So, like, they have to be facing like north-south
Yeah, they
for
do.
the eyes to go properly, because otherwise they're just like look wonky. So this is where we got.
Or
It
wonkier.
works.
Wonkier.
Wonkier, yeah. So yeah.
A less satisfying
I
level of
consider
wonk.
this the only I consider this the only completed part of the build so far. It's the snail house, the part that really didn't need building. So yeah, portal is up here for your departure convenience.
Yes, in which I will be departing because I do need to get back to the build. So,
Yeah. See you later.
looking great, sir. Carry on.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. Let us head over this way. Smash. I think that corner needs a piston with a slime block on it. Just saying. The redstoner in me has me thinking of that. How am I doing for time here? I have about 7 minutes before we take our break. That's plenty of time to get on over to here. This tunnel, you guys. Oh my God. From where or to where have we emerged? Okay, now the last time I was over here was fairly recently, so I should be able to find my way around. Should being the key word. Okay, yes, some armor stands up there. Back just in time. Good timing. Modest little cane farm. Now, the idea, this is a prison, and you can see that our warden is a pretty ambitious dude, considering the amount of cells are here. that are here. I do remember now. I love this place. Oh, God. Oh, he's a good boy. Look at dog. D-A-W-G, dog. Let's do some sleeping here. The patrolling guards are so good. They are, aren't they? This is where you go if you don't get cracking on with your build. There we go. Let's do some sleeping before we incur an incident. There we go. So for my build, yeah, I've been progressing with the blender work. I have to do a little bit of armature rigging work in there, and I have very little experience with that. It's not necessarily hard to do. Kachi showed me how to do it, actually. And so it's just getting on with it now. I've already worked on the initial parts of it. So, nice door, by the way. Nice. Very nicely done. Well, let's get to the outside and we'll have an exterior view. Just so you guys can, just so you all can have a look at the orientation in regards to the other. There, of course, is that Olympian level build over there, right? But check out the exterior of this. Of course, this is a Lone Star build. It would not be a Lone Star build without the obligatory amounts of lava and deep slate. Yep, definitely a Lone Star build. Obscene amounts of lava. I think you've taken a step up here, Lone. I believe you have taken a step up. I really need to get to the sixth island finish. Yes. I showed off Nebula's balloons the other day. Yeah. Balloons being literal, not metaphorical. Yeah, meaning that, this build. Your mind craftsmanship has taken a step up here. I think it has anyway. I don't know about the other buffoons, but I think it has. And the thing I particularly like about it is how it's not just the layout of the towers in regards to the main entrance, but things like this wing coming off the side and dropping down like that. I like the walls, yeah. Yeah, the details that you put into them. Nice. I like those kind of features that kind of break up the pattern and add some asymmetry, because that's something I've been trying to do, particularly this last season, but even the season before, is try to embrace the asymmetry a little bit. Let's not get too close to the Pillager Tower, but I do want to look at this from across the other. Hello from the other side. Right over here. Like, that is just... It's just a very cool place to build. Very well chosen, sir. Embrace the wonkiness. Is this still active, or did you guys just did you buffoons just, oh, no. It's still active. Okay. Yeah, like from this viewpoint, this is really cool. Because you get the differences in the towers and their heights and stuff. And I like how the copper changes in its oxidization there. I like that. And it looks like you have a water source up high there in the back. Very cool. The two at the door are the same. The fences make good neighbors. Yeah. Fences make good neighbors, that's right. It's all wax so it stays like that. Yeah, good choice. Because you've made like a gradient going up there. That looks very cool. It looks particularly cool up against the deep slate. Nice. Very, very well done. Okay. With that, we need to get back to our own base. And we have a little bit of work we need to do on the southern mob farm because we are halfway through the stream. That place is also incredible. We've been over to Jeannie's place a few times. And she was on here this past weekend, I believe. And did a little bit more. But what an incredible place. I've already shown you guys the inside of this. You guys, I gotta stop saying that. I've already shown you all the inside of this place. Look, the roof, but I just wanted to get close enough so the rest of the build renders in because it's so massive indeed. The cloud alone was incredible. Still is. Then maybe we can catch the west side of Lone's build as well. Whew. Definitely Buffooncraft, people. Okay, the pre-rolls for the ads are back on, which means I need to take a break to disable those again. So I'll definitely be doing that, and then during the break I'll return to my base and we can get to work on the mob farm. Let's do that. So we will break for the usual 3 minutes of ads, and then we'll be right back. Hey there, welcome back. Welcome back to the second half. Let us do a little something like that. I got a little sidetrack there. Let's head on back here. Let's do this. And let's do this. Back to the Southern Mob Farm. This thing is insane. Faster than the speed of redstone. Look at the redstone trying to keep up with us. So cool. Let's head over to the Southern Mob Farm.
Why should I care? Why should I care?
Because we did not, before I even look at the chat, we did not switch over to the display screen. True or false? Seen, true. There we go. Thank you, Lone. Okay, here we are. We're getting a little bit of lag. I might have to log out and log back in. We'll see. Okay. One of the very first things... Oh, that's why. Because we are back up to 64. We got to bring this back down a lot. There we go. That should make things run a little smoother, but not look quite as cool. Okay, so we're going to have to disable this. I think the best way to disable this is top down. Let's be certain that we have plenty of torches with us. That's going to be critical. And so we'll just jump in the spawn pads, make sure we have plenty of pearls with us, and plenty of torches, and then we should be good. We'll just light it all up, and then we'll... we're going to need to disable 2 platforms, but I should really disable all of them because I don't want others raining down on us from the other platforms. So let's do that. This is where you want to make certain that you have lots and lots of ender pearls. There we go. That should be plenty. That should be plenty. We should have access points up through there. We should be good. Why do you have to disable the whole farm? Well, I'm going to remove this bottom platform. And then the water transportation canals are going to be installed in the platform above it. And then I'm going to build 3 more platforms on top of that. And I just don't want the mobs dropping in and around me and stuff while I'm working on that. They may not be able to fall on the platform that I'm working on from above, but they may fall out the sides as I'm working on it. So it's just easier just to disable the platform. Because it's easy enough. It's just planting torches, and then when I'm done removing them. And of course, I'm going to make certain that I have my light levels on while I'm doing this. That should help. But it's easy enough to do, right? So, and I think I'll just proceed from the top down. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. I should be able to do something like maybe this. I think I can reach that from here. Can I? Yes, nice. And that should disable this whole area. I think it will. And it's just a matter of putting it close enough to the middle here. Yeah, good enough. See, it's only 4 torches, so it's pretty easy to do. All right. You're creepy. Now we just gotta clear. Yo, creepy. Yeah, see, this level's already been cleared. Cool. Maybe I can just go knock him into the stream, right? There. Done and done. All right, he's finished. Let me see. I should be able to reach that. Let's pearl in and get ready with the torch. Yeah, it's the mobs I'm not really too concerned with. It's the creepers. I don't want them exploding and ruining the farm. There we go. All right. Hopefully there's no creepies down here. I don't think there are. No, we're good. You can see this is the spider level because we don't have the trapdoors. In fact, I used carpets instead of trapdoors on that, so I'll have to go fetch some of those. Let's see. Let's do that. Well, this layer is going to be removed, but still, just so they're not spawning while I'm working on it, right? Oh, and I forgot. I can just do that. Yeah, the spiders really slow down the farm a lot. So let's do this. And let me see, I didn't bring any scaffolding with me. I should, just to make some bridges across. But I'd like to go get some of that gray wool so I can make the carpets. Because I like using the carpets for that. Okay, let's do this. Let's put some of these materials right in here and some junk. In fact, the junk, and I say junk, some of it's not junk. Excuse me. Can go right in here because it'll get sorted and or incinerated depending, right? So we can just dispose of that stuff in there. And let's clean this out. There we go. Done. Okay, cool. I always put anti-spider in mob farms. Yeah, I just wanted to, in this mob farm, since we're down in the south and we were away from the spider farm at Drust, I wanted to include just one of the platforms to be a spider spawner. But I was thinking, you know, just to get some of the drops from the spiders. But you know what? It's not really worth it. Let's restart the playlist. Okay. I need my gray wool carpets. That is the one material I forgot to bring over. I thought I had used trapdoors for that. But... Okay. Hey, Huxall, buddy. Let's see, woolly bits. Right there. Some carpets in place. I wonder where he got all of that gray wool from where he got it. Many an ancient city, my friends. This is that kind of a deal. I probably shouldn't need this much. In fact, you know what? Let's just do... Yeah, let's do that. That should be enough. That's almost a stack. That should be plenty. Because I do use the gray wool for other things. That should be more than enough. Let me see. But I am going to build 3 more platforms on top of that. Yeah. I mean, I can reuse the stuff I have, but still. Let's just use the whole stack. That's better. And in fact, since we're doing that, we can just do it right in the personal inventory. That's like a stack and a half. That should be enough. Well, hey there, buddy. Admiring the view, are you? Oh, I know what happened. He was a piglin, right? And then he went through the portal and came out here, and he was converted. Cool. That's why he has the crossbow. Nice. I think since he has a crossbow, he probably won't despawn. Let's do our sleeping thing. Okay. Let's now stock up. We have plenty of materials with which to build. And of course, it's raining. Do that. And trap doors, huh? Okay, let us get some good amount of glass with us. We should have the carpets, although we won't need 2 stacks of carpets. That's a little much. 1 stack should be plenty. We'll get some red terracotta, maybe 2 stacks of that. Oh, you know what I need? This is a stone cutter, and I'm wondering if I brought that with me. I know I need a few more of those. I don't see it in there. Tools. I usually carry a stone cutter with me, and do not know why I have one. I do not have one. Where would I don't think I have it in any of my redstone, my tech boxes. Am I gonna have to go back and get one of those? Really? I will not be pleased with myself if that is the case. That is definitely the case. I am not pleased. Ugh! Thunder! I always carry a stone cutter with me. I don't have one in here. Yes, I am not pleased. All right. It's not a... I thought I might have had one on the lower level. I just remembered I didn't. All right, let's just go get it. Let's just suck it up and just do the thing. There's nothing quite as dismal as rain on a soggy, moldy Mushroom Island. Yeah, there's that one. I have another one around here too, but I'm just going to grab this one. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna place this right here. Let's get some... I think I used chiseled sandstone for that. That's why I grabbed the... Yes, I did. Now, I have some, but I'd like to have at least a stack. There we go. And we'll get some prismarine. Let's get 2 stacks of that. Looks like we're going to need plenty of blackstone. And one thing I need to remember to do is to bring along a shulker with me for inventory management. Right, we had torches, we have the carpets, we have buckets for the water, so we can deal with that. We do need the trapdoors. I think that's it. Yeah. Now, I have trapdoors up there, but I do need to make some more for the levels that I'm going to add. Chiseled, polished, blackstone, no. Blackstone, no. Polished blackstone bricks, yes. Yes. And I think I marked the centers of these with the chisel. Yeah, I think I did something like that. I think I'm good. We'll carry a little extra scaffolding with us, just in case. So one stack. Should be plenty. And then it's just the oak trapdoors, right? So, not here. But here. Right. We'll bring this up with us. But some of you doubtless feel the pain of the cost of this craft here. Oh, God, so much. Let's carry this extra one with us. That might be enough for the oak trapdoors, but we'll see. I think we're good. Right, let's head on up. First things first, we'll dismantle the bottom layer. Did I remove the... There. Okay. Right. Okay, let's do this. Let's get right to work. Lay that on out. We'll do this. Remove the water. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. And let's dismantle all this stuff. Oops. That's what I was trying not to do. Oh, okay, I forgot my water bucket too. I could just break the glass, but I don't want it to fall into the hopper. Oh, that's a little dangerous. And I think the other piece of obsidian did fall into the hopper. Still can't parkour. Good. All right, let's do this. Get rid of this rain anyway. Of course, we were able to survive that drop because of Feather Fallen 4. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I think we're good. All right, let's just take it out quadrant by quadrant. Oh, hey, before we do, we should probably just install the water tracks while we're already down here. That way we'll have something on which to stand while we build. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let me see. We have this layer and a layer below it, right? So it'll be like this. And then like this. coolness. Done. Let me see. So what are you trying to do exactly? So I'm changing over the Southern Mob Farm here. It had both an active and a passive mode to it, so you could get XP from it, and you could also just passively AFK it. But we don't need the active mode anymore. We don't need to get XP from it, so I'm converting it over to fully passive. Plus, I'm making some tweaks to it to make it run a little better. There we go. So I'm removing this layer here to increase the drop to 30 blocks, so the witches will die. And the mobs that are wearing armor will also die. So let's get this out of here. Done. And it works out quite nicely because this platform will make the 30 block drop. It's really cool. So all I have to do is remove this bottom platform, and that automatically increases it to 30 blocks. Instead of taking that whole level down there with everything that's built on it and moving that down 3 more levels, 3 more blocks, it's easier just to remove this. And let me see, I think I should be good here. That's going to need to be there. I think I had this here, but I don't think I really need it. And I shouldn't need these two here. Right. And same thing with that right there. And this should be good. Okay. And then I can, let me remove some of these. Does it have to be 30? Can't you just go 25? The witches will survive a 25 block drop. They will survive. In fact, right now it's at 27 blocks since I removed the blocks that I had there for the XP gathering. And they survived the 27 block drop. So the wiki says 30 blocks to assure that all the mobs will be passively killed by the fall damage. And you got to remember the witches can drink the potion, right? And some of the mobs have armor, and so they survive. But the 30 block drop pretty much assures. Yep. So for the active mob farm where you're down there swinging the sword for XP, ideally you want it to be 24. That weakens them just enough for you to be able to whack them with one punch without a sword or anything. But the witches still survive though, and so do the mobs that have armor. All right, let's install this one next. Like that. That. And then let's pull this out. And this. And this. Right, and then I should just need 2 blocks across right there. Let's put a temporary block right there, actually. And I can remove these. There it is. All right, and then we'll pull this all the way across. There we go. Should be able to reach that, so we can take these out. Oops, no, I want to keep that. And, as a matter of fact, I want to build that up like that. Right, that looks good. Let's bring this over to here like that. Okay, good. Go build the next side like this. That. There we go. Actually, I do need to bring this down to right about there. Yep, that's it. Then I can pull this away. What am I doing for time here? 12:41. I'm doing very, very well. I don't know if I'll accomplish the entire task, but I should get quite a bit of this finished. All right, let's just take a nap right here. All right, we are going to need to do this to clear off these blocks along the sides. I suppose at some point I ought to go down and collect some materials down here that are falling, but Okay, so that gives me that. Let's do this. And let's do this. Okay, that's good. Let's do that, and then we'll clear out all of this stuff. There we go. Take out all of this. I'm thinking I should probably leave this here, right? So I can get back. The rest of that should be okay. Let's go remove this. Okay, that should be good. Like that. And like that. Yes. Okay, and this can now go here. That's going to cause problems. Let's do that and that. Right, we'll bring this across. Done and done. Okay, that looks good. Yes. um. Okay, that's better. Can't get home. I think I'm okay there. Right. Yes. Yes, good. Tis a good thing. Let's get rid of that. And then this last bit here. All right. Let's go down, let's clean up a little bit, and then we'll head back up and we'll get that layer in place. We'll install the water streams, etc., etc. Some of this stuff is probably despawned, but that's all right. We've got so many of these supplies, materials. In fact, let's do that so they're a little easier to see. Right, and there should be some, maybe down in the water. Insane Cane Farm. Courtesy Supernova Relic and Thunderhand 64. Let's go cleaning up our litter. I think that'll do it. Great. I love this farm. This is so cool. All right. Let's do this. Okay, we should be all right up there. And you can see I've stripped off that bottom layer. We now have our 30 block drop that we wanted. And now we just have to put in the water streams and the carpets for this one. And then I'm going to strip off the roof and I'm going to increase this from the 2 remaining up to 5. And then that's pretty much going to be it. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's get the water in place. We do have to put the carpets in place so we do not get the spiders, and we should be good. Quite where I want that one. And that's the only one I have. No! How ridiculous. Well, guess what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to come over here. Now, you have to get, like, to the one below it. There you go. All right, so I'm just double checking this to make sure everything's in place. It looks good. It looks like it's all set to go. It's just a matter of placing the water buckets. Let's get those out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can put one here. And then one here. That gives me that. And then one here. And one here will give me that. Cool. There. I like it. I do like this very much. I think I'm all set here. Carpets are all in place. Now, when I'm ready to go, I'll come back down here or remove the torches. But I'm going to leave them up for now. Oh, one thing I want to do. What happened to my... I had a stack of scaffolding, and I forgot where I have put it. Where I put it. This should be okay. I shouldn't really have to do anything here. The next thing I should have to do is strip off this layer, which I guess I should do from the inside of here. I can catch the blocks that are falling, so. But let's do the sleeping thing. Let's get that done. We have 7 more minutes to the stream. There are boots. Oh, the wonderful, soothing ASMR sound of breaking glass in Minecraft. And guess what? There's a lot to be broken. But just this roof layer. Still, it's kind of nerve-wracking. I won't blame you if you turn the audio off at this point. All right, doing well, doing well. Next quadrant. Okay. All right. We might lose a little bit of this glass down the chute, but it's okay. We have a very, very high-powered trading hall and quite a high-powered amethyst farm, so we should be okay. So we do have a Buffooncraft event coming up soon. That's all I know so far. The Buffoons will meet this weekend to get caught up on things. But we did receive the announcement, the event announcement in the member service, in the member server. And so, yeah. Also, Lux's video of the last event has been posted on his YouTube channel. So you may want to go check that out if you weren't able to catch the live stream. That was a lot of fun. Okay, cool. Almost. All right, last quadrant. And then we'll drop back down to the AFK level. Again, it will do a little inventory management, but the stream will be at the point at which we usually end anyway. So just stripping off this top layer and prepping it for the other layers above, that should be a good place to wrap things up. Because it is Friday, and it is early release for Kachi today, and I do need to zip right on over and bring him home after the stream. Great. That concludes that. Let's do this and this. Oops. I do need some of that. Let's do that. Yes. And let's do this. And this. On which side is that scaffolding now that it's too low for me to see? Thought it was over here. I thought it was right there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I knocked the hole in the glass. Yeah, there we go. Good. And good. All right. All right, I like that. Okay, all of this looks like it's good. Let's do a little inventory management. I want to know where the rest of that glass went. I mean glass. I want to know where the rest of those, that scaffolding went. I'm pretty sure I put an entire stack in my inventory. Right there. That's where it went. If I do this just right. There we go. Maybe for the thumbnail, maybe something like that. Maybe I can do this to try to fill out that right part of the screen. Right there. That should do it. All right. With that, I think we shall wrap things up. It is a little bit past 1 anyway, so let's do that. Okay, everyone, we are going to raid out to Cheska's Genie. Now, I realize we just did that on Wednesday's stream, but it is her 5-year anniversary stream. So let us set up that raid, shall we? So there in the chat, you can see our raid message, and you are welcome to copy and paste that into the chat if you would like to join us along on this raid. Family-friendly viewers, just remember Cheska's stream is rated for mature audiences. There's some language and a little bit of shenanigans in there, but she's super cool, and she's celebrating her 5-year streaming anniversary. Fellow Buffoon, we have a lot of shared community. Chances are you'll see people in there that you know. So please join us along on that. We will start the raid itself. And there it is counting down. Okay, just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Kachi time. And the stream after that will be Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Generations, and we should be in the Baby Zombie Rush beta world, doing creative mode, redstone, and all that fun stuff. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. That was a very, very fun stream. And let us rate out to Cheska now. Bye for now, everyone.